So what do I do as my workouts? That is a question that I get asked pretty often on Instagram and on TikTok. So I figured I would take you guys through what a typical week looks like for me in terms of working out. So I've been lifting weights since I was 16, and I've always pretty much done a sport on the side. I lift to build or maintain muscle. It's not something that I find fun. To me, it's not super fun to go to the gym and just move objects. But I do it for muscle mass. And then on the side, I always do a sport, which is where I do things that I enjoy and also where I do my cardio, because I really don't like running or cycling. Like I don't like to go to the gym to do cardio. I'd rather get my cardio done through physical activity. In terms of sports, I did 10 years of tennis when I was a kid. Then I switched to water polo for about a year, then hockey for 3 years. And then when I was 18, I switched to combat sport. So I did 3 to 4 years of kickboxing while I was in college. Then I moved to boxing, did boxing for 10 years. And now I recently switched about a year and a half ago to Jiu Jitsu. So I've always done a sport on the side. And now my main physical activity is the gym and Jiu Jitsu. So I'm going to take you through what a typical lift session looks like for me at the gym. I used to do the push and pull type of day. So like I would do a back and bicep day, chest and tricep day, and then a leg day. But I switched about a year ago to doing full body every time, and it has been much better for me. It's less boring and I've had great results. So now I pretty much only do full body when I go to the gym. And this is what a typical workout looks like for me. I did that on Monday this week, and I'll take you over everything. I always start with a 4-minute plank. So I do 2-minute regular, 1 minute on one side and 1 minute on the other side. Then I switch to warming up my quads, and I do that with a Tabata. Here I do wall sits. And Tabata is a 4-minute exercise where you do 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. Then I did the same thing with a modified hip thrust to activate my hamstrings. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off for 4 minutes. Then I moved over to the leg press and I did sets of 6, supersetted with 6 reverse Nordics. Usually you'd want to have your feet flat, but it hurts my ankles so much, so I have to put them that way. And I supersetted both exercises 4 times. After that, I did Smith machine deadlifts for 6 reps. Supersetted with pull-ups for 8 reps, and I did that combo 4 times as well. Then I moved outside and I did dumbbell rows for 6 reps, supersetted with, I think these are called Arnold pressed, for a total of 8 reps with a 10 seconds hold. And I did that circuit 4 times as well. Then I finished with some simple bicep curls for 6 reps, supersetted with overhead tricep extension for 8 reps, and I did that 4 times as well. Then I had a bit of time left, so I decided to hit the sauna, and I went in there for 15-20 minutes, and that was my workout for the day. So that's usually how my workout goes. I usually start with a plank of about 4 minutes, and then I do some type of a leg warm-up with both quads and hamstrings. Usually it's Tabata, and I just vary the exercise. After that, I usually hit my quads and hamstrings again, this time heavier weight, different exercise. I usually try to get 2 back exercises, 1 or 2 shoulder exercises. Sometimes I don't do shoulder and I'll do chest instead, and I always do 1 bi and 1 tricep exercise. I also always change the intensity of my workout, so I never stick to the same routine. So one day I'll go in and I'll do sets of 6. And then the next time I'll go in and I'll do sets of 10 or 12. Time after that, I'll do drop sets of back, so I get a bit more of a burn. Then the next session, I'll superset quads with back. So I try to always keep the session different while still hitting the muscle the same amount of time. It's just in different ways. That way I feel like it always challenges my muscle, and that's how I feel like I get the best results. So again, I usually get a Tabata for quads, a Tabata for hamstrings, another quad exercise, another hamstring exercise, 2 back exercise, 1 tricep exercise, 1 bicep exercise, and then either a shoulder or a chest exercise. And the type of exercise I do and the amount of sets I do and how I structure the sets is constantly changing. So it's Tuesday, and usually Tuesdays I don't lift or go to the gym. I go to Jiu Jitsu. So the way it works is I take an hour class of Jiu Jitsu, and then I stay for about 30 to 45 minutes to do what's called rolling, where basically you have 5-minute rounds against someone, and I'll do about anywhere from 3 to 6 rounds depending on how I feel. So let's go. So I'm done training for the day, full sweat, need to go shower, and that's it. That was today's workout. It's more than enough. Now it's time to go home and eat. Couldn't really film the jiu-jitsu class, but the way it works is usually the class is about an hour where we learn a new move, we drill the move, and then after that we have what's called open mat, where you stay and then you can roll, which is usually like a sparring session. And I'll usually try to get anywhere from 3 to 6 rounds. Each round is 5 to 6 minutes. And these kill me. I'm gassed out at the end of that session usually. So how many times do I do this per week? Well, it changes. I try to stay strict, but I'm not overly strict where it stresses me out. The perfect week, I lift 3 times a week, and then I go to jiu-jitsu 3 times a week. And I always alternate. So meaning I'll do Monday lifting, Tuesday jiu-jitsu, Wednesday lifting, Thursday jiu-jitsu, Friday lifting, Saturday jiu-jitsu, and then I would rest on a Sunday. But life happens. Sometimes I'm busy, and sometimes I'm too sore for my workout, or sometimes I am tired. And I try not to work out when I'm too tired, because that's how you get an injury. But ideally, I always try to have at least 4 workouts a week. And 4 workouts can be split between 2 and 2, so 2 lifting, 2 jiu-jitsu. But some weeks I might do 3 lifting and 1 jiu-jitsu. It really depends on how I feel, but I at least try to keep myself accountable and have 4 workouts. I also try to alternate. So ideally, I like to have jiu-jitsu in between 2 lifting sessions. That way I feel like I'm working at my muscles differently. And I also get to rest, although jiu-jitsu is not really a rest. It makes me feel like I'm giving my muscle like a break from lifting. So I always try to like alternate from one day to another. Another thing too is I always work out when I'm on vacation. Usually my workouts are a little lighter, but I will probably make a video on that. Working out is something that makes me feel good, so it's something I do for myself. I try to make sure it doesn't stresses me out. If I have to skip a workout, it's not that big of a deal. I skip the workout. But I hope this helps. I hope this inspires you to move. And yeah, feel free to let me know if there's anything you want me to make a video on or any other workout videos. I'm happy to do so.